Good day, everyone. A bit of a different type of episode here, and that is because we are at Universal Studios Hollywood. Very different and a change of scenery, but I'm excited to be back. It's been almost 2 years since I've actually been on this coast, so excited, got a lot to show off. Primarily the progress going on with Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. A lot of track is in place. They had only just started closing off the buildings when I was here 2 years ago, so excited to see the progress on that. Got a lot to show off, not a lot of time, so let's head right into it, and then we'll pick up on some smaller updates here and there as we go along. So let's jump right into it. You can see from where I'm standing right now in the plaza, which to my understanding, this just reopened today. Before this, it was all closed off for a little refurbishment. But standing where I'm right now, you can actually see the top of the show building, which will house the queue and the load station for Hollywood Drift, just over the Esplanade and on the hillside overlooking the lower lot. You can see crews hard at work at what I can only imagine as the drive tires. This will include a dual load station, and this is where you re-enter the station right before you deboard. There it is, opening 2026, right here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now, Super Nintendo World is over to the right, Secret Life of Pets and Minion Mayhem to the left. But what I really want to do is show off the studio tour because you get some great shots of the new coaster. So let's go ahead and hop on that right now.
So all of our sitcoms are filmed here, and these on your right. Jeffersons, Martin, Coates. Last parking spot on the left here. Kevin Williamson, his office coming up. He's the writer of Scream. Created shows like Dawson's Creek.
Love the studio tour here. It is probably the best thing that Universal Hollywood has going for it compared to back home in Orlando. I just have to ride it every time I come. This is only the second time I've been to this park, but the studio tour is a classic. You just have to ride it. But now let's head on down to the lower lot where I want to look more at the coaster. You can see a lot of it on the escalators, the Starway as it's called here, and go do that because I definitely want to, you know, get the best look at things while the sun is still up. So let's go do that right now. Usually when it comes to the Starway, I wouldn't dare take the stairs, but today is different. I'm gonna do it just for some better shots of the coaster going up. But looking around, it's almost done as far as track work. They've just got a little bit more to do out on the horizon. A lot of the footers and track support are up, but the actual track itself is not in place yet. We saw a little bit more of that on the studio tour. You can kind of see it here, but yeah, I'm just so blown away at the progress being made. And I don't know if you can hear that. They're playing September, and it actually is so funny because I was about to talk about how it's going to be similar to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot with the rotating cars and how they spin around and rotate through the ride like omnidirectional. So it is so fitting that they are playing September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's so cool.
On the escalators, please hold the hand.
Here in the lower lot, there's not a whole lot to show off. We're gonna hop back into Super Nintendo World just for a quick bit because I know you can see the coaster from inside of that land. And that brings up the question, the age-old question, if they care about sightlines here, and no, not really. I know you can see the Comcast building, and seeing the coaster from inside is no different. So we're gonna quickly go and do that and then head back up to the upper lot to wrap our day up because we don't have much time. So coming in here with a dud, I thought you'd be able to see the coaster a lot better, but now that it is nighttime, it's kind of hard to tell. I'll insert some of the pictures I took earlier just so you can see what I was talking about. But let's head back up to the upper lot now just to get a few more shots of the coaster and maybe pick up a few more updates before ending our day here. I do love this exit from Super Nintendo World and how it transitions back into the park though. A lot harder to see from the upper lot, but we can still get some great shots. I don't know if it's going to have any exterior lighting. Stardust Racers at Epic Universe is not going to have any lighting outside of the coaster because each vehicle has lights incorporated onto them. I don't know about this one. Maybe like some headlights to the cars because we know based on the animation that we have seen leaked by the park, there will be some sort of car that you sit in, which is very fitting considering it's Fast and Furious. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They clearly have not installed any of those external lighting to the track, but you know, time will tell. Still got a whole year until this thing is done and ready to go. We'll have to wait and see. Better to see now than earlier, but you can actually get a little bit of a look into the maintenance barn for the coaster. It's just to the left of where the return track back to the station is. So that's kind of cool to see. Not much to really report on there. Kind of hard from this angle to get a good look at things, but hey, this coaster's coming along. I'm very curious what they're going to do with this space. because this used to be the Walking Dead attraction, which closed a few years ago, so right now it's just vacant as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. It's been like this for quite some time, so who knows if it's even on the board for a new attraction. And there goes Drac. One quick update before I head on out of here is that the Power Up Cafe is open. That may not be news to locals, but to me, as a tourist, that is new. I did not experience it last time I was here. So glad that it is open. Just another Nintendo offering, and you don't have to travel all the way down to the lower lot to see it. It just adds more Nintendo to the parks. Love to see it. The last thing I want to quickly talk about, Universal is hosting a fan event. This fan event will start from $74 beginning April 25th and run for about a month and a half, and will basically include things like Back to the Future, Star Trek, Dungeons and Dragons. I wish I was going to be able to come on down and visit during that time, but it's going to be too quick of a turnaround from this visit to be able to make it down in time. But for the locals, you're going to get a real kick out of it. You're going to love it. I wish that I was able to come during it because it looks insane. I'm glad that they're doing it for all the pass holders here. I wish Orlando would get something similar, but you got to keep the differences in mind. But yeah, it looks really insane for all the locals, and I'm very happy for all of you guys to be getting something like this that is clearly meant for the fans. Well, that about does it from a fantastical day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. We had an awesome time here. I just got the one-day ticket, gonna be flying home tomorrow, and then the adventures will continue in Orlando. But guys, if you liked what you saw, be sure to like, subscribe down below, and of course, you know, follow me on all of social media. That will include Twitter and Instagram. I don't do that enough. I don't plug my Twitter account enough on here. That is where all the good stuff happens, and you'll get updates a lot quicker from around the parks. So I had to quickly step on out of there because it looked like they were closing up. That was at the exit to the DreamWorks Theater where the Kung Fu Panda adventure takes place. So we're gonna step back into where I started the video. Guys, thanks for joining us here. I'm gonna head on out of here home, and I will catch you in the next one. I just love that there's a Universal Studios mug right there.